European Council has approved the signing of a free trade agreement between the EU and Vietnam. This is the final step on EU's side for the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement to be effective. Vietnam's National Assembly is expected to ratify the deal this summer. Under the deal, Vietnam will eliminate 99% of its import duties over 10 years, and the EU will do the same over 7 years. The EU Parliament in February voted in favor of the trade deal, the second with a Southeast Asian country after Singapore and one of the few with a developing country. The EU is one of Vietnam's top trade partners, with two-way trade turnover in 2019 reaching $56 billion.
Rice export must be strictly controlled this year to ensure absolute national food safety. This request was made by Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc in Tuesday evening's meeting of the government's Standing Committee on Rice Production, Trading and Export. The Prime Minister affirmed that the biggest goal is to ensure food safety for a population of nearly 100 million people amid complicated developments of COVID-19 around the world. Therefore, Vietnam must control rice export, avoid price manipulations, and ensure the benefits for rice farmers. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc asked the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development to promote food productions and allow localities with large areas of rice cultivations to export.
The General Statistics Office says Vietnam's estimated trade surplus reached $1 billion in March, helping to expand the trade surplus to $2.8 billion in the first quarter, higher than the surplus of $1.5 billion in the same period last year. Overall, Vietnam's trade turnover is expected to reach $115.34 billion in the January-March period, down 0.7% year-on-year, of which its export value could amount to $59.08 billion, up 0.5% year-on-year, and imports are estimated at $56.26 billion, down 1.9%. According to the report, the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic in Vietnam's major trade partners, including China, South Korea, the US, and EU, are causing negative impact on trading activities of a number of Vietnam's key products.
Economic and commercial counselors of the Chinese embassies in Vietnam, Hu Shujin, has conducted a survey at the border gates of Lạng Sơn province of Vietnam with Guangxi province of China, in order to promote cargo clearance and trade activities between the two countries. In recent days, the volume trade through Lạng Sơn border gates has decreased significantly from 1,200 trucks per day to only about 800 trucks per day. Amid the situation, Lạng Sơn province has requested support from the Chinese embassies in Vietnam to facilitate trade activities between the two sides. The Economics and Commercial Counselor Hu Shujin said that he would report to the Chinese ambassador to Vietnam to propose to Guangxi province to create favorable conditions for the clearance of goods imported and exported across the border. At the same time, he highly appreciated the prevention of disease on both sides in Lạng Sơn-Guangxi border area.
Since the beginning of April, commercial banks continue to lower interest rates by 1 to 1.5% a year to support businesses affected by COVID-19. This is the lowest interest rate since 2009. Vietinbank implements a credit package of $2.5 trillion supporting customers who are affected by the epidemic, with loan interest rates reduced to 2% per year. BIDV has restructured the debt, extended the time for repaying in principal and interest, and has decreased the current rate by 2% per year for businesses affected by COVID-19. Vietcombank has continued to extend the policy of reducing interest rates by 1 to 1.5% per year for existing loans until September the 30th.
4 fishing boats have been fined a total of $153,500 for violating foreign water. The decision was made by the People Committee of Bình Định to strictly handle fishing in foreign waters, as the province is determined to implement EC recommendations effectively. Each vessel was fined nearly $38,400. Additional fines are revoking the captain's certificate for 6 months and deleting the vessel's registration number. This is the highest level of penalties that the committee has ever used on vessels that have broken the law on foreign water. Last September, these vessel owners violated the waters of Indonesia, Malaysia, and Taiwan, China, and were fishing illegally. They were detected and arrested by functional forces.